You've decided to buy real estate in Thailand. Let's break down where you might mess up. I'm Anna Miroshina and you're on my YouTube channel about real estate in Thailand. Hi? Mistake number 1. Let's start with how you came to the decision to buy something. Most likely someone gave you some advice.
You're telling me some nonsense.
Or maybe you saw something somewhere and immediately said, that's it, Vasya bought there, I want to as well. Vasya clearly had his own logic.
From the very beginning, I had a certain strategy, and I stuck to it.
Why did he buy this particular place? Why did he buy at that price? I really ask you, figure out your own goal. Why do you need this? And secondly, figure out exactly where and what you want. You don't need to buy the same property as Vasya because it might not suit you personally. Let's go collect the next mistakes. You think, okay, my goal is the house for retirement. And now you're faced with a choice where in fact, are you supposed to gather this information? That is, how can you find this house for retirement? Again, you could go to Vasya, your friend. Okay, that's one source of information. Watch YouTube. That's a second source of information. Third, please consult market experts because they will help you figure out which property really suits your needs. You can look through a huge number of pictures on any stock or, I don't know, websites, but they won't tell you anything because you still won't read those endless descriptions you find on the sites. You won't. It's physically impossible. We've already done that. We've already worked through all of it so that we can give you a specific result tailored to your needs. Got it? Now, of course, you're going to ask me how to choose an expert. For that, you need to scroll down and write to me. But let's move on. So you've talked to an expert and they've put together a great selection for you. You've looked through everything and you say, here I've chosen, I like this one. What's next? And next is mistake number 3, not doing a legal check. Why is it necessary? The expert recommended it to me after all. That's true, the expert did recommend it. So why bother checking all this? Don't be stingy, spend $1,500 on a lawyer to get a thorough check from A to Z. Again, by the way, a good expert will always tell you and explain which points need to be checked. We will definitely do this, by the way. In a separate video, I'll go through point by point what should be included in due diligence. So remember, checking is simply a mandatory aspect. Here, it's very important to see what you should pay attention to. You might see some developer, for example, who is super hyped up with a massive amount of advertising everywhere on billboards, in shopping malls, and online. And it might seem to you that, well, since they have so much advertising, they must be great, reliable, and everything will be fine. The amount of money poured into marketing and their actual actions are two completely different things. Please, the due diligence step, the legal check, should never be skipped. We don't chase after a pretty wrapper. Great, you did the check, well done. That's it, let's move on. We've done the check, right? So why sign the contract? Who needs it now? Everything's fine after all. And again, we don't skimp on legal support. We always draw up a contract that spells out all the terms of the purchase, all the obligations, yours as the buyer and the sellers, guarantees, details, what's included and what's not. Because, for example, you might have a villa, you look at it, it's fully furnished, beautifully decorated, but when you buy it and come to move in, you end up with just empty walls. All of this must be clearly specified in the contract, down to the smallest details. Who is transferring money to whom, for what reason, on what basis, where, and to which accounts. So I strongly urge you not to skimp on a lawyer or on the contract. Another mistake is not looking for mistakes. It is absolutely necessary to conduct a technical inspection of the building if we are talking about a finished property, and a technical inspection of the construction site if we are talking about a property under construction. Because what you are promised may be one thing, but what you actually get could be something else. Yes, this is indeed a complicated service here in Thailand, but nevertheless, we do have specialists who can provide it. You know where to turn, and this absolutely needs to be done so that you don't run into any surprises in a month, 2 months, or 6 months. In other words, a technical inspection. Find the flaws in this house. And now you are the happy owner of property in Thailand. Congratulations. And let's make one last little mistake. We won't hire a property management company, and we won't hire an accounting firm to handle the bookkeeping. After all, Vasya can do all that. The very same guy who originally advised you to buy property here, right? He can handle everything, the cleaning, the electricity, the pool. Well, somehow on his own. Please don't do that. Every activity should be handled by its own professional. A property management company knows exactly what it's doing. They have a team and they are responsible for the results. Yes, it will cost a bit more than hiring some random Vasya, but you'll always have a guarantee and you'll know exactly who to hold accountable for the outcome. This applies to the property management company as well as to the company handling your accounting and in particular your tax reporting for the money you receive as rental payments. And most importantly, the one thing I ask you not to mess up is choosing the champagne. This was Anna Mirashina with you. See you next time.